report. This time the UEFA Cup semi-final, second leg, at White Hart Lane between Tottenham Hotspur and Hajduk Split of Yugoslavia. 2 weeks ago, Spurs were beaten 2-1 after scoring first through Mark Falco. So their task tonight was formidable. But Spurs have a fine tradition in Europe. In 1963, they became the first British club to win a European prize when they beat Atletico Madrid 5-1 in the final of the Cup Winners' Cup in Rotterdam. And in 1972, they won the first UEFA Cup when it replaced the old Fairs Cup. Our commentator at White Hart Lane is John Motson.
Spurs have never lost in European competition here at White Hart Lane. In 10 campaigns across 23 years, their supporters have seen them win 31 out of 37 matches played in this North London stronghold and draw the other 6. So now, in front of over 40,000 fans, paying nearly £200,000, can Tottenham put the finishing touches to Keith Birkinshaw's highly respectable record as manager by reaching their 4th cup final in 4 years? Well, the team news is good. Graham Roberts and Nick Hazard were both declared fit after intensive treatment, and Mark Falco is back after suspension. Gary Stevens comes in at number 10 because Gary Mabbutt has a groin strain, although Mabbutt is named among the substitutes, along with Garth Crooks, Alan Brazil and Ray Clements. Glenn Hoddle only just off crutches, but Spurs hopeful that Ozzy Ardiles may be fit for the final if they get through. As for Hajduk Split, well, they're without 3 of their internationals too, through injury, but they do have 3 of the men responsible for taking Yugoslavia into the European Championship finals. Goalkeeper Simovic, number 4 Ivan Gudeli, and number 9 Zoran Vujovic. The referee tonight from Italy, Paolo Casarin, who was a strong official in the 1982 World Cup. Indeed, he showed the first red card of the tournament. Spurs, all in white, start 2-1 down. And the Yugoslavs in the stripes, with Galvin on the ball for Tottenham. And the header out early on was by Chop. They've got 2 defensive players in midfield, have Hajduk Split, and you can only expect them to push 2 up front. Number 10 there, Prakazi, normally a winger. Thomas. Number 9, Falco. Taken by Hazard. Now Miller. Testing out Vulic, the right-back, who wasn't the first choice. Rosic is the captain and sweeper, but Vulic, a little nervous, was penalised. Falco, the scorer of the Tottenham goal in the first leg, waits as Perryman prepares to take the kick and chips it in. And Stevens with a chance. And they let him go, the defenders. And it wasn't a clean header by his standards. And it should have been better. Perryman took the kick. It wasn't good defending, and look how much space Stevens had, but he was up almost too early and too high. Nick Hazard volleyed forward well by him, and Falco ahead of Yaralimov there, who then tangled with him. Falco claimed a free kick quickly, and it was taken to Galvin. Perryman. Galvin again. It's a decent cross, and Simovic had to come for it. Prakazi. With Zoran Vujovic, whose twin brother is not fit tonight, Zlatko Vujovic, but this is Pesic now. Gudeli is well forward, and there was no flag. Here's Miller for Tottenham. They've got to be patient, but the onus is on them, Spurs, to push forward. A goal behind, remember. But an away goal in hand, so 1-0 here would do it for Tottenham. Pesic. Good tackle by Chris Hughton. Flag was up for offside. The referee played on, and this is Archibald. And he's forced a corner off Chop. Graham Roberts is forward. Galvin to take it. Swinging in towards Paul Miller. Appeals for handball. Number 4, Ivan Gudeli. Protesting about the decision, but it's been given. Perryman and Hazard, the Tottenham players, round the ball. Miller and Roberts are both forward. And Hazard goes for goal. Oh, yes! Spurs in front. Nick Hazard. Well, they've worked so hard to get him fit. And look how he proved how worthwhile it was, all that treatment. He found the corner of the net from the free kick. And he's gone straight off down the dressing room as though he's got a problem. But Hazard has put Tottenham in front. He may need treatment again, but Simovic got his fingers to it and couldn't keep the ball out the corner. 7 minutes gone. Spurs 1 up on the night. The aggregate score 2-2, but Tottenham technically ahead in the tie on away goals. What a start then here for Keith Birkinshaw's team, although they're temporarily down to 10 men. Yaralimov for Split. This is Vulic. And the cheers are from Nick Hazard, who is back in action, the goal scorer. Nick Hazard does wear contact lenses, and I just wonder when that goal went in, whether in all the excitement he dropped one and had to go into the dressing room to put it back in, because that's what it seemed like to me. He was just touching his eye as he came back on. Forward by Hazard, and Archibald. And that too was a good effort. But the supply line to the forwards is coming from number 7, Nick Hazard, who is playing superbly. And that long kick has left 2 against 2 here. And it's awkward. Prakazi's in there. And Perryman, Pesic had the shot as Perryman challenged, and it could have gone anywhere. Fortunately for Parks, it didn't carry. And he was able to retrieve it. That was an anxious moment for Spurs here as Perryman challenged, came back off Pesic and nearly went into the far corner. Just a warning there for Spurs: if they leave 2 defenders back against 2 forwards, then the long kicks of the opposing goalkeeper from Simovic, who's got such a powerful clearance, could put Tottenham in difficulties at the other end. Here's Galvin, lofted in for Archibald. Can he get it down? He could! It was a brilliant effort in the way he got that ball down, and it was a snapshot in the truest sense of the word by Steve Archibald, and the goalkeeper, a fine save down to his right. Vulic. Well, that was a fair ball, and Pesic will reach it. Vujovic is in the centre. Miliusz is coming from left back. And cleared after Hazard missed it by Hughton. Tottenham are defending untidily for the moment. And Hajduk Split, perhaps sensing their opportunity, have forced a free kick against Paul Miller. was he who brought down Gudeli. And whatever the advantages of the early goal for Tottenham, this tie by no means over. And Prekazi hit that. Oh, and Tony Parks, goodness me, and Vujovic on him. And Tottenham with their hearts in their mouths there. And Tony Parks with the ball in his hands at the end, but oh dear me, only just. Prekazi hit it, and Parks lost it. Up against the bar it went, and he grabbed it on its way down, but only just. And on goes Archibald, and Falco's in here. Comes to Stevens. Support from Thomas. And now it's Hazard. And the referee brings the first half to an end, with Spurs leading on the night by 1-0. Number 7, Nick Hazard, scored it appropriately in the 7th minute. Went off for a couple of minutes to adjust a contact lens, I think that's what it was. Came back, but Tottenham couldn't improve on their lead, and Hajduk Split, technically behind on the away goal at present, are still very much in the tie. Hajduk Split currently lying second behind Red Star Belgrade in the Yugoslav Championship. Very much the story of their history, that. They've lived in that shadow a little. And their best European performance, the semi-final of the Cup Winners' Cup in '73, when they lost to Leeds. That was Miller. Perryman. Thomas. Back by Rosic, but there was a flag up for offside. Thomas. And now Gary Stevens. Good battling by him. And now Archibald. 4 in the centre for Spurs here. And Hazard's there again. Heading not his strong point, but it was a good move. Steve Archibald, who was the supplier of the cross, and Hazard just sending it across the goal and wide. And here's Pesic. Better first touch there, and he would have been in a shooting position. Tottenham's still got a lot of business to get through here against the team of good technique, but Hazard's shown plenty of that tonight. What a lovely ball that was to Stevens. And the drive by Gary Stevens, bringing Simovic down to his left to make another good, tidy save. Roberts, Falco, and now Archibald, and Roberts is in the centre unmarked, and he can be found. Offside anyway in the end. But let's just have a look back to a thunderous shot by Gary Stevens. And this goalkeeper Simovic, who could be on the move at the end of the season when his contract is up, is obviously a keeper of high calibre. Miliush, Vujovic, and a chance for Prekazi to put Pesic in. And Pesic, oh, what a brilliant save on the line by Graham Roberts. And Pesic curses his luck, because this is how close Hajduk were to going back in front in the tie. Prekazi to Pesic, Tony Parks came, but the man to watch for, Graham Roberts, with a clearance which Tottenham will remember for some time, providing they can survive the corner which follows. To be taken by Prekazi. And Yaralimov was up. Archibald has come back to contest it. And some tangling between him and Miliush. Falco, beaten by Chop. And the header on there. What a good effort on the run by Yerolimov. Roberts is hurt. One hopes that isn't the knee ligament injury again, but Yerolimov got his shot in early and Parks made a good save on his 6-yard line. Just over a quarter of an hour left. Perryman for Spurs. And Archibald with a chance! Beautifully made by Perryman, the opening. But Archibald, a bit hurried at the end, stabbed it wide of the post. There were defenders either side, but he's scored from there before. Stevens concedes the free kick. Rosic to take it. Yerolimov well forward, the big number 7. That's his touch in. Miller's clearance. Back in by Chop, driven by Hazard. Can Galvin make it? Not against Shushinyara. Whose pass that was. Touch was by Vujovic. And then Yerolimov, and now Prakazi on the left. And Prakazi comes inside Thomas, then goes outside him. And gets a free kick, which could, from Hajduk's point of view, offer a true opportunity. A goal here would put them back in front in the tie, and they've got 7 players forward. Prakazi will take it. It's going to come to Shushinyara, and players to block, and also to block from Vulic, which Hazard did. Forward by Rosic. Miller asked to head it out. Wasn't certain of it. Thomas got a foot in. Hazard did also. And Tottenham breathe again, and a good ball. Houghton to Falco. And back to him again, Houghton. 3 waiting in the middle. Galvin is one of them. Archibald is far side. Good save, Simovic. Archibald's volley. Simovic adjusting his position slightly to keep his side in the match. Yerolimov forward again with the flip. Archibald's volley, the keeper saved. The Spurs are going to bring off Gary Stevens, who's got a hamstring. And he'll be replaced by the man who he came in for, really, Gary Mabbott, who himself has got the recurrence of a worrying groin injury, but will be fit enough to get on for these last 10 minutes. Paul Miller, and Yerolimov was there, and Prakazi was there, and Yerolimov, and Houghton. What a let-off for Tottenham. But there could be something happening at the other end. Archibald. Well, it won't now, that was a waste. Shushinyara. Miliush. The player running on is Pesic. And Yerolimov's there again, the overhead kick by Perryman. The clearance by Hazard, and 2 against 2. Archibald. Falco goes to the right, Galvin to the left. Takes on Shushinyara. And Falco comes in, but the ball was over the line. Not the best of crosses, that, actually, by Tony Galvin. Spurs still biting their fingernails. Certainly the supporters are. And figuratively speaking, so are the team. I'm sure they are on the bench. Foul by Shushinyara. Tottenham will be glad to let a few seconds pass. We're going into the last minute of normal time. What a taut, tense climax this is at White Hart Lane. Houghton has the ball. Now Perryman. They mustn't give it away. Hazard. Galvin. And Galvin still, oh dear me. Tottenham finishing in the second half, the final pass and the shots well below standard, but they're mighty close now. Thomas. Archibald wants it played long. Falco, and Archibald surely! Ah, Simovic saves very well from his point of view. Here's Galvin. It's a good cross, and again the goalkeeper. Keith Birkinshaw on the bench knows how close it is now. We're in stoppage time, and there it is in his last season. He sees Spurs go to their 4th cup final in 4 years. It was the goal by Nick Mazza that did it after 7 minutes in the first half. Spurs go through to the final to play Anderlecht, but they go through only on the away goals rule. And as they celebrate, and White Hart Lane applauds the familiar tune of Glory, Glory, Hallelujah, a word about Hajduk Split, a Yugoslav team of high technique and high morale. How close they came to spoiling Tottenham's dream. Close, but not close enough.
And at the end, it was only that away goal in Yugoslavia 2 weeks ago that finally put Tottenham through. And in truth, perhaps a rather disappointing night tonight for British football. Only 2 of our 6 semi-finalists through to the finals of the European competitions. Dundee United, Aberdeen, Manchester United and Nottingham Forest all falling at the final hurdle. But at least Liverpool are through to their 4th European Cup final after beating Dynamo Bucharest 2-1 away tonight, 3-1 in aggregate, and they'll play the Italian club Roma, who beat Dundee United 3-0, in the final there, which is on May the 30th in Roma's own stadium. Roma are quoted at 13-8 on favourites, but who would bet against Liverpool? The Cup Winners' Cup final on May the 16th is in Bâle and will be between Juventus of Italy, who defeated Manchester United 2-1 tonight with a goal in the last minute, and FC Porto of Portugal, who produced surely the shock of the semi-finals, winning 1-0 at Aberdeen, 2-0 on aggregate. And the UEFA Cup is a 2-leg affair. Can Tottenham do better against Anderlecht than Nottingham Forest did in the semi-finals? Anderlecht are the holders of the trophy, and they're at home in the first leg on May the 9th, so Tottenham have the advantage of the home match in the second leg. 2 matches tonight in the Canon League, Division 2, Middlesbrough 2, Sheffield Wednesday 0. That defeat means that Sheffield Wednesday failed to get the point they needed to make certain of promotion. And in Division 3, Bradford City 1, Newport County 0.
From the fever pitch excitement of Europe's football fields, we move inside now to the relative peace and calm of the green bays of the snooker table. The Embassy